The world is a big place, and at the same time, it's a small one. Have you ever felt the same? In one moment, you feel as if you're an insignificant small blip in the rotation of the universe. Big world. In another, you realize how similar we all are around this earth with the same hopes, dreams, and fears. Small world. Yet in another, you realize that there's countless places and people you'll never get to meet, across oceans or right down the street. And yet in another, you realize that we have the power, the tools at our fingertips to connect with someone on the opposite side of the globe, crossing two random paths for a moment, making this a smaller world. Let me tell you a story that illustrates this in a randomly romantic way. To set the scene properly, we need to back up. Way back. A little further to August 2009. I was leaving for a semester abroad in Bonn, Germany. Several months prior, I had fallen madly in love with a good friend from college. Spoiler alert, she's now my wife. At the time, I arrived in Bonn with a heavy heart, sad to be missing the girl I had fallen for, yet tremendously excited for what lay ahead. My first extended time in a new country. While there, I wrote Isabel countless love letters, made her videos, practiced guitar for her, all the things you do as a young kid falling in love. She made plans to visit me, and I thought it would be romantic to do something special for her, to have some sort of surprise. In Friesdorf, just south of Bonn, where I lived with my host family, I took many walks just exploring, just wandering, looking around, taking photos, thinking about life. And there was this one place that always felt so special. You walk up this windy road, there's big trees and forests around you, but it opens up to this cleared pasture with horses running around and a tree-lined street just straight down. Beautiful sunsets up there. So one day before Isabel came, I went up there, I brought a pocket knife or something, and I carved our initials into one of those trees. So Isabel came and we went on a long walk up to that tree and I surprised her with it and it was great. It was beautiful, young, love, amazing. Well, years have gone by. It's been over a decade since that time and I've always wondered, is that still there? Is the heart with our love still on that tree in the middle of Germany? Or did new bark cover it up, or did the tree get chopped down? I've always wanted to go back and visit it with Isabel and my family. And I hope to someday, to see if it's still there, the symbol of our young, budding love. But it's a big world out there, and there's so many other places I'd like to visit, and who knows if I'll ever get back that speck on this earth. But then it dawned on me that I have students around the world taking my classes, and maybe someone that I'm connected to could see if that tree is still there. So I hopped onto our photography community and asked if anyone lived in Bonn and was interested in a super random mission to find a single tree on the opposite side of the globe. I thought to myself, how many trees are there in the world? I mean, definitely millions, probably billions. Google, how many trees are on Earth? Trillions? That is big world stuff. Would it be possible to find a single tree based off of my foggy recollection of where it might be? Sure enough though, several people responded to my request that they lived in Bonn or near Bonn and that they would be willing to help me out. Now that's small world stuff. Using Google Maps, I found a spot as close as I could imagine to the tree. I emailed detailed instructions to the person who appeared to live closest, who became my agent for this cross-border, multinational, super secret romantic adventure. It's wild to think about the billions of storylines happening right now in every moment. Yet, 2 of these storylines could cross paths in a moment of chance, creating a connection and a shared plotline. And this is happening all of the time in countless ways. The world is big, the world is small. I didn't have to wait long to see if my agent had completed his mission. He emailed me the very next day, which happened to be Valentine's Day, which just seems coincidentally perfect. And I got this email, and before opening it, I had to get Isabel to check it out with me. Okay, let's see. We walked up there. We must have, because I didn't have a car, so.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember this. Yeah, I remember the stream.
I'm tired.
Yeah. I was wondering if like someone would have seen the carving, and then now it became like the tree where you carve your name into, and there's like all these people falling in love, carving their initials into this tree.
Oh my gosh! Wow!
Wow, that is crazy!
It's still there!
Honey, our love was meant to be. Two worlds collide. The big world getting a little bit smaller. I'm so grateful for Abhishek. I'll link to his Instagram below for taking part in this little adventure. I truly appreciate it. And I'm so happy that our paths crossed. While I'd love to go back to Bonn to see this tree for myself, to see it in person, to see if it continues to grow, if I never get back to that spot, to that tree in real life, I'm happy to know that it's still there, and perhaps someone else will see it someday. It will inspire them or remind them of the love they have and perhaps how small this world can actually be. The world is too big for one person to see it all, to experience every experience, to know everyone's story. And that's okay. I just look forward to more stories like this, more moments where it becomes a little bit smaller. Thank you for listening to this little story, and have a beautiful day.